Listen, this is John Ruffin from Theater 47, and you are watching the Good News Show.
I love it. All right.
This is Rick Reinbold, Village President.
Hi, I'm Julian Alexander, trustee of the Village of Richmond Park.
And I love the Mathell Givens Show.
Keep it here, keep it locked on the Mathell Givens radio show.
Hey everybody, oh my goodness, I'm the girl, I'm Mathell Givens, and you are listening to the Good News Show. Oh yeah, it's about that time for the Good News Show. And you know, on this show, that we don't do nothing but talk about good news. Bad news on this show. We talk about nothing but good news. And we have someone with us tonight. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. He's making my day, my afternoon, my night. It's just a joy to have him. We have with us Mr. John L. Ruffin, the owner of Theater 47, Park Forest, Illinois. So you all stay tuned, keep live, and whatever you do, don't go nowhere. But you do, go and call a friend. Call a neighbor and let them know the Good News Show is on. And guess what? I've got the man with me, man. The man is with me. Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on with you, sweetheart? How's all our good news listeners out there? It's so good to be in this show this evening with you. I'm really excited about John Ruffin coming on. He's got a lot of good news to share with us, and we are going to just get ready to turn all the way up and tune all the way into the Good News Show. It's something special about tonight.
All right, well, let us have it, man. Let us have it.
Something about tonight. Oh, yeah, yeah. Something about tonight. Come on, y'all. Hey, get ready. We're going to get all the way up. Wound all the way up. Come on, y'all. Something about tonight. Something about tonight. It just seems right. Something about tonight. Seems right. Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody. The Good News Show.
Like a singing Tupac. That's right.
All right. It's time for the Good News Show. No further delays. It's the Good News Show. Hey, everybody. You know, we all say it about 3-4 times. It's the Good News Show because we always hear something bad. But I tell you tonight, baby, it's something about tonight. And first of all, I just want to thank each and every one of you for being so sweet and so loving and so kind and so generous with sharing nothing but the good news about the Good News Show, being avid good news listeners. You all are making our show #1. Now listen, I know Gladys Knight put out that song. She put that song out. Hey, you're #1 in my book, but no. You all are #1 in our book. We love you, we adore you, and we cherish you. And we just want to thank you so much. So listen, I know you all want to hear from Van the Man because he definitely has some good news to share. Van, go on and tell me your good news, baby.
Oh, baby, we got continued good news. I'm so happy, y'all. This is Van Eichner, currently running for Illinois State Representative District 118 in Southern Illinois, Carbondale, Williamson County, Jackson County, Union County, Alexander, and Pulaski. Now, enough about me. We got a real guest that we need to get in tune with because he's got some great events that are coming up. He's got to tell us his inspirational story. We want to hear about the family, the life, the living legend. We want to talk to John L. Ruffin.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh my God. I mean, my goodness, we are truly blessed to have him on our show this afternoon. And everybody, I just would like for you to just know a little bit about him. He has Theater 47, it's Performing Arts Group. And John L. Ruffin is a director whose vision includes giving his audience what they want. I mean, he's a natural and he loves the performing arts. He's been in the performing arts since a very young man. God has a special anointing over this young man's life. When he begins to write a story, it comes to life and it penetrates every eye that sees it. Good news listeners, sit back and relax. And without any further delays, we want to welcome to our show, Mr. John L. Ruff.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Made me sound like somebody. I almost teared up. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you're one of the greatest that I know, sweetie.
No, thank you.
Please tell us some more about you.
Well, basically I've been doing this for going over about 35 years. Been started my own company with the performing arts and theater way back when I was a young man. I was 18 when I actually built my own company. And from there, the struggle started and the struggle began. And it's always a struggle when you're trying to do something purposeful. The struggle for purpose sometimes is harder than just, going to a regular job or, checking in corporately. It's much harder than that because you don't have any eggs in the basket. This is the egg that you're gonna crack, and whether it's rotten or whether it's good, you got to eat it. So, but it's been a blessing, and it's still been a blessing because how often do a person gets a chance to do what they love to do? And, and then God opened the door for us to get our own venue about 4 years now. And we've had nothing but sold out shows here. And we're very thankful. I don't take that for granted. I don't use that to toot my horn, but I'm grateful every day. I told God, if I don't say any words to you, I'm gonna say two, and that's thank you. Because hey, the way it can be and where it could be is totally different. It ain't always smooth, but it ain't where it could be, so I'm very grateful.
That's outstanding. Oh my God. Did the pandemic affect you at all?
Oh, pandemic tore the bottom out of us. Of course it did. We are a business built off congregation. Unfortunately, we couldn't congregate anymore. So we went a whole year and some without having anything internal. But one thing I did, I was getting so depressed, and I said, man, if I'm feeling like this, I know the public is too. So during the first summer of 2020, I built the stage on the outside of my venue. And I told them to bring your own chairs. You can spread out, and I offered free concerts to the community. And that was it. And they sat out there, be 700-800 people sitting under the stars in their own chairs, spaced out how they want to be spaced out, mask and all. No one got sick. It was beautiful, to the point it just got overwhelming that the numbers kept growing. That at night, mind you, from 7 to 10 p.m., they were there. They were captured, and they never forgot that moment. So yeah, it was good, but it was bad, but we brought the good out of it.
Oh my God. And see, yes, a creative man. That's when you know the Lord's hand is upon you, because his mind stay in you. It continues to give you ways to think like him, and what would he do, because he's unstoppable. You're unstoppable. He's in you, and he's unstoppable in you. You're the unstoppable man.
That's right.
Come on now. I keep thinking about that preacher's kid that's over him, that I know you were always thinking that the people only perish because of lack of vision.
That's right.
But we ain't short of vision over here.
That's right. Hey, you know where it takes that, because if you try to wait till you get all the money and all the resources, you'll never start. But I dare you to just start, and you'll find out how resourceful you are when you start. You'll start putting some. When I first started the theater, when I first purchased the theater, I didn't have lights, I didn't have sound. I started doing what I could do. And as I started doing it, next thing you know, a blessing will come from this place, or it afford me this, and then I do this. Next thing I know, I looked up, I had everything I wanted and needed. And so that's why I said now I'm at a place to be able to get what I want when I want it. You know what I'm saying? But prior to that, I was using I always tell people, use what you have and watch God do the rest. You got to let him touch you, but you got to do something. Faith is that movement. It ain't the sitting around waiting, because you will never have enough money. You'll never have enough resources in your purpose, in your viewpoint, but God sees further than we do. And he knows exactly what we need. And he shows you, when he gives you all of that, how much he's with you and how much you lead people less. And that's where, that way they can never hold your gift. That's why it says your gift would make room for you and bring you before many, by mighty men. It doesn't say it. So it shows you right there. If I got God on my side, I don't need anybody else. Yes, he'll put the people that I need, but he'll do it. You see what I'm saying? And the ones who are not there just won't be there. And that gives you an opportunity when you do cross over and make it, you'll know who to take with you. So I never cry over people who leave. I rejoice over people who leave, because if I was sulk in that moment so long, then guess what? I would miss all the people I'm supposed to be a purpose for. I'm not on everyone's agenda. You see what I'm saying? But I am on some agenda. And my purpose is to make sure they get to their purpose. And I think that's how we reciprocate. We reciprocate the help. We reciprocate the support. I never believe in leeches, the ones who just get, but never give. Because that we give, that we give, you know what I'm saying? We give, not that we may receive, but we want to receive how we give. Make sense? Yeah, makes sense to me too.
Amen. Amen.
Exactly.
That's why I came up with the Good News Show. I'm just not gonna stop.
That's right. You keep going. You go. I don't care if it, man. You keep going, because what they see, you know what I'm saying? God sees something totally different. Look in his eyes, not their eyes. Who cares what they see? They only can see past their situation.
That's
and they can't see past that.
Okay.
You know?
Amen.
Right.
What I find is God put his great people before my eyes. And I'm just so thankful to have a platform. This is just another platform for all the great men of God that come in my path to be a part, and me to be in their presence. I am so thankful to be in your presence.
Oh, likewise.
Amen. Amen. That is, it's so inspiring to hear you talk, because I can hear that what's in your heart when you're speaking. You are speaking word that's been spoken in your life, and you're quoting the book of your mom and daddy. Somebody has done spoke a lot of word over you.
Right.
Can you tell us about your family background, Mr. Ruffin?
Sure. I am a preacher's kid. You know, my daddy a preacher. And my mom, she was that great support system for my daddy. You know what I'm saying? And but it was mom who, you're right, it was mom that who would really teach you how to pray. And you know, mama could always feel you when you're trying to keep a secret. That is, it's the amazing connection that, especially as a young man, the connection we have with our mothers. You know, we talk about being tough with our chest out and adrenaline pumping and all that. But when it comes to mama, you become the infant, fetus, embryo you can get when it comes to mama, you know? And I'm okay with that, because mama, you could be sitting there being strong as ever. And mama like, baby, I know something wrong. And there you go, the floodgates come out, because mama is that. Yeah, that's mama. You trying to be hard and crying at the same time. And then, you know, so those are the things. My mom, was my first audience, my mom and my dad. I'm the oldest of 2 brothers, 2 sisters, so it's 5 of us. And one thing about it, I used to, as a kid, when I knew this little thing about doing live presentations or performances was on me, I hear a song, and when I'm hearing the song, it's like it comes before me, a video. I can see the video. And so I started doing that, but I was doing it. We were Michael Jackson, Jackson 5 fans quietly because we couldn't listen to the stuff technically. And,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but behind closed doors, we would listen. We listened to the whole day. And one of my favorite was, they would just be like, "Oh, baby, give me one more chance." You remember that? Joe, you gotta love me, right?
Hey.
Of course, we couldn't do that, but so I created this. I was 7 years old, and I created this show, this video, if you would, this small skit about redemption, a person not being saved and in Christ, and he started singing, "Oh Jesus, give me one more chance." Right? That's what I changed it to. So my mother and father looked at the whole video. They was like, looked at the whole little skit, and they was like, "Boy, go in there. You just changed the word Jesus to baby." And, you just trying to sing that song, but it was just so funny. We laugh at that today, and that's where our household was. Our household is full of comedians. My brother actually is a comedian. PK is actually a professional comedian and has been in a lot of my shows. Yeah, so so it's always roast fest around our house. You talk about your worst feature. So if you can't survive that, the world, if somebody saying something about my worst feature don't mean nothing. Like,
come on now.
Forever.
Every Black household played the dozen. If you got 5 in your household, I know y'all played the dozens times 10 around there.
You can't get a good word in to this day. To this day, we compete for voices. So yeah, but it was a great childhood growing up in Harvey. Romping around Harvey. Did like everybody else did with the sports, basketball, track, and all that. But nothing did my heart like theater, and that's what happened after leaving wrestling practice. I was down there in the theater, and when I fell in love with it, and man, you couldn't pour me out of the theater. When we'll do a show and it's time to strike the set at the end. My eyes welling up like that's the end. And I was just like, you know what? I gotta have this feeling. I have to be able to manipulate the emotions like it does for me. It changes my whole day. So I always tell my cast, if you're in a bad mood, you producing that spirit over people. That ain't what we do. We're here to bring you out your mood and take you somewhere else, transform your reality even if it's for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Let us transform your reality. So once we learn that, we'll learn how to come out of our bad day, hang it up on the outside, because we have a purpose to do. Our purpose is to entertain and to help people. And that's what, my whole goal has been now, is to bring awareness to mental health.
I'm loving everything that you're doing. One of the things that really stands out to me, that differentiates you from other playwrights, is not only are you out to tell a story, but you're also out to win souls.
Yes.
The ministry part of it is really have to be impactful, and it has to give you a certain amount of joy in order to be such a great servant.
Yes, it does. I always say it is ministry because it starts with ministry on the internal with the cast. When you're dealing with 30 and 40 people all at one time, to get them all to go in one direction is sometimes hard, and one thing we have around here, we only do 30 days of rehearsal. I don't do past that. So in order to get people to go full steam, learn their scenes, learn the set, learn the music, all in 30 days, while they have their own personal jobs and personal families and all this other stuff. And they'll tell you that don't mean nothing. If you commit to it, make it happen, because it is a platform. Just think, we put in this 30 days, we could be helping somebody for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? 30 days, we can change how you feel, and it's funny, this last show I'm doing, Living All Alone, the Phyllis Hyman story, the number of people who are walking out of there tears and telling me, thank you for talking and bringing mental health awareness, bringing it to the forefront, something that they hadn't talked about. Like one man walked up to me, and it really matters to me with the men, because men, first of all, don't want to go nowhere. They don't want to go to a play, for one thing. So when I win that male fan base, it means something because I already know how they view it, because I know how I view shows. You know, I don't mind a lot of music or singing, we know it, but let it be sung in context, and everything don't have to be sung. You know what I'm saying? So I deal with it like that. And just to get those people saying, man, how it changed their life, something as a play, something what we deem as small as a play, changed their lives, it means something to me. And it means more when the people who I'm casting they're impacted by it as well. That is so important because I get to live and see that. Most time when people come here, they come show and they go home. I don't know anything unless they call or do something. But these people, I'm working with them. I'm seeing their daily life and making and watching them and watching the growth and watching how this is so therapeutic. The arts are therapeutic for people. That's why it is so. People like to see, I always say this, I don't just call myself a playwright. I don't know if I've even deemed the term to it, but it is more than a storyteller. It is more of I'm almost like a parable publisher. You know what I'm saying? Because I bring today a parable and I put it in front of you. And that's what I was saying. I was like, that's why Jesus was so effective, because of his parables. He made it hit home. So my approach to theater is not theater per se. Let me do this living parable so you can see it. Find yourself wherever you want to find yourself. But let me not lead you, but let the message lead you. Because three people can see one thing and have three different perspectives. So guess what? It's the same thing with a show. Three people see it, three go get three different messages, but the same message. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Come on. I love it. And we know that there's a difference between the message and the messaging. And a lot of that is dependent on how that person receives that. And one of the things that really ministers to the crowd is that ability for you to tell multiple stories all at the same time through all of your characters. Yeah. They have that opportunity to see a little bit of themselves and suspend disbelief and find a different option, find a different context to accept it under. And you make it relatable in a way that you're filling up show after show and adding shows. I love this approach to mental health that you have going. People are lining up for that May 15th show. Was it May?
Yeah, I just added a show it's May 15th, 7:30 p.m. And computer put them on sale. They're supposed to go on sale at 2:00. The computer threw them on sale at 12:15, and we 20 tickets away from being sold out an hour later.
Oh my! How wonderful!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! We won't stand a chance to get a ticket, man.
Right. It's like it sold out already, you know. But it's a good problem to have. I thank God for it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm praying that your cup continue to run over, because you are definitely an inspiration to me. I love the way that you are taking every gift that God has given you and working it all, finding a way to let God use every facet of it: the writing, the singing, the growing up, the family living, those raw experiences, making them relatable to other people. Do you have a goal that you haven't attained yet, as far as what you want to see happen in your community, what you want to see happen for yourself personally, what you want to see happen for yourself in your relationship with God?
Well, you know, I daily, out of all of that, you know, I would prefer my soul to prosper. So, you know, that's always a given right there, is to make sure that, you know, my relationship with God is always a up and coming thing. You always seeking after. You never can get enough of that part of it, you know. And I think when seeking God, you find so much about yourself, you know, things that when you just honest with yourself and honest with God, you open up and it becomes therapy for you as well. And so my main goal is continue to do what I'm doing here, and continue a waiting list, having a waiting list of people who want to see the productions. I also tour my shows as well. This show has been picked up for a 50-city tour, as well as all the other ones we've done here. And now that COVID is over, we can get them going now, you know, so that's what's happening. So I only use this as a training ground for people who've never gone on the road. I always say that this is the birthplace. You know, you've heard of the Johnny Gills and the Mariah Careys and all those people, but how did they become who they are? Someone gave them a chance.
Right.
So that's what I consider this, as a platform. And not only that, but to train them in the area so that they don't disappoint themselves, don't disappoint the people that they're performing before, and at the same time teach them how to keep a line of humility that they could continue to be blessed. It's one thing to get it, but it's another thing to keep it, you know. And what will you do? You know what I'm saying? How will you do it? And so that's what the whole purpose of Theater 47 is to make sure that we continue to birth new stars and make sure that we prepare them for this next generation.
Okay. Well, Mr. Ruffin, I see that you have Lady Sings the Blues coming up in the fall.
Yes.
Want to tell us, our audience, some of our audience, people that they do not know about Lady Sings the Blues. We know about Lady Sings the Blues, but would you like to tell a little bit about Lady Sings the Blues and when it's coming?
Sure. Well, Lady Sings the Blues is, of course, you all seen the iconic movie with Diana Ross, and basically it was nothing but about Billie Holiday. And what I did was I placed it on stage. I didn't use that, but I made just the title. You know, I used the title. I thought the title was awesome because it is one of her songs and it speaks volumes. People recognize it. So, but this way I got a chance to walk through Billie Holiday's life. And, you know, it was actually one of our first big sellers here at Theater 47 that we had to shut it down because of COVID. And it had the impact that this one is having now. So Billie Holiday, you know, it shows about her ups and her downs, her mental illness, her alcohol abuse, you know, abuse by men, abuse, emotional abuse, abuse by her family members. You know, a lot of people don't know, but, you know, she and her mother were prostituting together when she was 14 years old, you know, so different things that. And then her mother sold her, really literally gave her to a brothel to be, to be pimped out all those years. And then for her to pass all of that, to become the star she was, one of the highest to show you can have all the money in the world, and if you aren't healed mentally, you can lose it all. And you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what it is. So it is very important story to our history, because if you understand history, it's like I use all the historical background of all the characters I write and make sure, you know what? It's something I see in my life. Let me make sure I don't go that route, because that's what history is for, so that we don't do the same bad things over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That's actually the definition of insanity. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I think, if we can use that, we can make people feel good about themselves, be able to, in some sense, have a place to heal the world, you know.
Well, I love that thought process. I keep thinking about, you keep using the word healing. And
yeah,
healing, the opposite side of that coin is we got people hurting. We got people hurting. And often our hurting is directly connected to our healing. Our healing is directly connected to our hurt. So we have to go through that hurt. We have to talk through our hurt. We have to get to a point where our hurt no longer controls us.
That's right.
It's Theater 47. I love the name of Theater 47. I'm going to ask you to explain that to me. But before I ask you to explain the name, how you came up with Theater 47, I want you to tell me, do you have any resources to help direct people towards mental health assistance, or any information that you give out during your plays, that where people can actually not only get ministered to, but also have a call to action, find some resources that they're able to use after they leave your show?
Well, right now, the only thing we have or have access to is the suicide hotline. You know, matter of fact, that's placed on the digital board in the show at the end, that number, so that people can call and make sure that they can talk to someone, because yes, Jesus can work it out. However, he's placed people on here on this earth to help you work it out. And a lot of times people just need to talk,
Come on now.
open your mouth. Human interaction, you'll be surprised how far that goes. Can you all hold just a second? I'm sorry, is this bad? I know it's horrible.
Sure, no
Can I
problem.
take a commercial break real quick?
Okay, all right. Oh my, everyone listen, you're listening to the Good News Show. How about that, Van Man? Ooh, what an interview, huh?
This is a fantastic interview. I'm so glad to see the way that Mr. Ruffin combines his opportunity to really, hold on, I've got somebody, hold on, Jackie's calling in. Let me send it a voicemail real quick. Yes, my love. I said, I love the way that he's taking the opportunity to really sow seeds where he's been planted at. He's talking about, he grew up in Harvey, you know, and we know that growing up in Harvey means that you definitely came from a poor neighborhood that is a challenge for every kid to grow up through those type of circumstances, but to come from that family of five and to have that church background, have a mother and a father, both sowing seeds of gospel type, the lessons that we learn from the gospel of trying to give him character, giving him responsibility. Those things helped keep him on track and kept him focused enough to find himself and find theater through wrestling and through sports and basketball and everything else. That this gift, this is what really ministered to him, and that kept calling to him, kept making him want to be a part of the theater, and birthed this opportunity. And you know,
That's true.
that's something else. How you can just do one show and fall in love with setting up the stage and putting a production together and having all of the people come together, and then going through the 30-day process in order to find what it takes in order to tweak the show to take it from the beginning to the end of it, and then get to the point where you have performed before the audience and you strike the set. And every time you strike the set, every time you close another show, to find yourself in a position where you almost feel as though you moved to tears.
Yes. That's what he
But-
said. He be
Now, that's
moved
wonderful.
to tears.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm back.
That's
Oh, no
all right.
apologies. Welcome back. You multitasking. I see you juggling back there.
Yeah, we just sold out.
Hey!
That date we just put it, man, that's a beautiful thing, man.
That's a blessing. Within
That's
2
good.
hours, put it up and
Gone. Yeah.
gone.
Yes, sir.
God is good.
Well, to our Good News listeners, we want to know also, before you explain further, let us know when Lady Sing the Blues is coming to your theater.
Sure, it's coming September 17th through October 3rd. September 17th through October 3rd. Tickets have been on sale for the past week or two, and they are selling already big time. So we're expecting that to be sold out by the time we even go up.
All right. I'm
Okay,
loving it.
how would one purchase a ticket?
Sure, to purchase tickets, they can purchase via online at www.theater47.com. That's www.theater47.com. That's theater spelled THEATER, the number 4, the number 7.com. Or they can call it in 708-898-7730. That's 708-898-7730.
Okay, and where's your theater located?
My theater is located 371 Artists Walk in Park Forest, Illinois. That's 371 Artists Walk in Park Forest, Illinois.
That's good news. Now that's good news.
That's good news. It's one thing to preach them happy. It's one thing to let them know how to get a hold of it.
Oh, yes. Oh, we can't preach them happy.
No,
Right.
come on now.
That's good news. Now that's good news. All
That's
right,
right.
then you were asking him a question now.
Well, since he just gave us all that great information about how to contact him, Mr. Ruffin, I did want to know, how did you come up with the name for Theater 47?
Sure. For a stint of my career, I did shows at the Harold Washington Culture Center. And so that people could differentiate Harold Washington Culture Center's in-house cast and crew compared to to my in-house cast and crew. So I came up with the name Theater 47 because we started off on 47th Street, and it just stuck with us from that point on.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great way of taking your following with you too.
That's it. That's it. Take your brand.
That's
Take
it.
your
That's
brand.
Okay, well, hey, I guess this just about wraps it up. Unless there's something else that you would like to add, Mr. Ruffin, we'd be happy to sit back, relax, and listen some more to some more of your good news. Is there
Well,
anything else?
basically, it's just, to tell every individual that, that are, has the potential to perform. We're always seeking new actors, new dancers, new actresses, behind the scenes crew, because we have so many programs and shows going on. I love to give new people new spaces and, train them if they have the potential to do it. Everybody say, well, everybody got the potential. That's not true. That's not true. You have the potential to do it at a particular level, yes. But at the level that we want you to do it at, there has to be a different potency or a different potential there, and we always looking singers, actors, you name it. So, and you can always contact us, again, theater47.com. You can join the mail list. Once you go there, you'll get all the information you need to move forward on any inquiry you may have. So that's theater47.com. We have that show coming up. Then after Lady Sings the Blues, we got Imitation of Life. That's coming pretty soon. I made that into a musical. And I just got off the phone with a friend of mine down in Houston. And I'm going to be doing the Bobby Womack story now. His daughter just gave me the thumbs up on it. Wow. So I'm going to be doing that. So y'all wait. We got some good things here at Theater 47. Some new actors, some new faces going to be presented. So I'm very excited about it.
Oh my, this is so exciting. I wished I could be in the theater, but
yeah.
I can't remember the script,
There you go. Memory is part of it. You need that.
That's the only thing. I'd have to be like Tyler Perry. I have to talk off script and just go on and talk.
I know, right? Yeah. And make confuse everybody.
And
looking for that last line to pick up what
you never say it, right?
Right. I have I should have brought my trophy down. I won a trophy, John, when I was in 8th grade. I was the most talented girl. And when I wrote my book, Angels in My Life, I took a book by the school, the grammar school, and they gave me the trophy out the showcase and put my book in its place. And I'm sitting here with my trophy as the most talented girl of 1966. How about that?
I know that's right. I know that's right. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
that's good news.
Using your calling then.
That's
Come
right.
on now.
There you go.
Well, listen, it's been a joy. It's been quite a treat to talk with you and spend this time with you. And anytime you want us to spread some more of your good news, all you have to do is contact me and I'll be part of the team to get the news out.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much. You and Van, appreciate it.
Yes.
We really appreciate you, Mr. Ruffin. Thanks for coming on the show today and sharing all your good news. I mean, you are inspirational. Keep on doing what you're doing. We're wishing you continued success. And we know that your cup is going to continue to run over. And I'm looking forward to seeing the fruit of it. I'm looking forward to seeing more singers, more actors, more players, more traveling. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. That's right.
Consistently keep growing and growing and growing.
I agree. and I
You're gonna
received.
bust out of
Thank
that theater. You're gonna have a big old theater that's gonna seat 4,000-5,000 people. I'm
I don't
telling
want
you.
that,
We're gonna
but
be looking
okay.
where they're gonna build the John Ruffin complex here in the Chicagoland area.
Hey, I can see that.
Come
I
on now.
receive that.
Remember, you heard it first right here on the Good News Show.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay. And what I want to know too is, do you rent your theater out when you're not using it for yourself? Can we
Absolutely. That is one of our revenue streams. You know, I only do 2 or 3 shows a year. So I don't even use it as often as people think. It might have my name on it, but I got this theater so other people, especially playwrights and different people who like performance, can have a place to be able to present their work. And I make sure it was equipped with what they're needing to do that, you know, like lights and sound and the whole 9, you know, and I try to just show that if I can use the stage, you definitely can use it. You know what I'm saying? Especially on size wise and the kind of shows we present. I present full musicals. So if I can present a full musical on that stage, you definitely could do a stagnant, whatever you're doing, or a static set. You know what I'm saying? So yes, definitely. They contact us the very same way, theater47.com or 708-898-7730. And someone will set up or schedule a tour so you can come and see the venue and say, hey, let's get the ball rolling.
All right, shoot. I may bring my play over there.
Hey, do your thing.
Undying Faith.
Do your thing.
Oh, wow. Well, all right. You just make me want to dream more, and I'm thanking you.
Please.
I'm just a mama, and I still have dreams, and I just know God is gonna continue to fulfill them. I think this is part of your sitting before me too, because
Yeah.
my vision has become even greater. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. Hope until you see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. All right, sweetie.
All
Well,
right.
all right, Mr. John Ruffin, take care of yourself. Everybody, listen, we have just had on the set with us John Ruffin from Theater 47. How about that, Van Man?
Oh, I love it. What a fantastic show. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have a chance to be with Mr. John Ruffin, because he's been inspirational, he's been genuine, and he's added to us in a way that I know that we're going to get out here and we're all going to want more and do more, because only what you do is going to last. Remember, you're creating good news every day, y'all. So stay tuned in, stay locked in, keep making us #1 each week, and we're going to keep bringing back fantastic guests week after week after week. It's the Good News Show, y'all.
Yes. Woo! It's been something about tonight. What a night! Oh, yeah.
It's been live.
Yes.
It just seems right. Something about tonight feels right. Oh yeah. Something about tonight. It just seems right. Something about tonight feels right. Hey, go wrap it up for us, my love.
Hey, the Good News Show. I'm Mathell Given.
And I'm your co-host, Van the Man.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. And y'all come back now. Y'all here. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, son. Love you.
Good night, my love. Mooches. Talk to you soon.
Mama love you back.
Love you, love you.